Hey there, internets. This is Kyle with another edition of the My Business Launch Secrets YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing amazing today. I am coming to you to, again, diary the journey of a guy trying to start a new online business, going from $0 to $1 million in the course of a year, doing this part-time because I still got a full-time job and bills to pay and kids to feed. This channel is all about more so me providing accountability to myself, not really for great entertainment value. So if that's what you're looking for on the YouTubes today, then this is probably not really going to float your boat. That's all right. Again, I set this goal now. I think officially this is the day 100 video, which is a crazy, amount of time that I've actually been working on this. Unfortunately, on the business side, I'm still really in the phase of getting things off the ground. Haven't, don't have any amazing revenue numbers to report at this point in time or anything like that. Again, I think just going through the process of thinking, of planning out, what should I be doing? What do I really want to do? Trying to match what my personal interests are with what things I think will actually be successful in generating income is certainly a big part of this whole game. And that's where, frankly, I've struggled over the past, few months of trying to find that best blend of the two options, as well as the fact that I've, been going through some challenges in my day job and trying to figure out what I really want to do there. Certainly part of the reason of venturing out to do this online business thing is because I'm just not really digging my day job, which is, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to in terms of that's part of their motivation. And I think that's just kind of gotten to a point for me personally where I don't necessarily want to wait for this online business thing to, reach full maturity where I can fully supplant my income before I, give up the current thing that I'm doing. And so because of that fact, I have been exploring other opportunities of what I'd like to do. One in particular that has been ongoing through a series of interviews, had the second one today, which went well. Found out that the job might be a little bit different than was originally planned, but that's just based on, after the previous discussion I had with the hiring manager, he just had some different ideas for how I might be able to fit into our organization. That's fine. They're doing the right thing in terms of trying to match, my skill set, my expertise, my interests with what the company needs at this time, and trying to come up with the right plan forward. So I guess that means, I think that indicates that they are certainly interested in bringing me on board. They're just trying to find out what's the right, again, place for me to really fit in and to have the most impact. So anyway, today's discussion was good overall. It's a bit of maybe it's just at the level that I'm at in my career. I'm kind of mid-career-ish, 40 years old, not counting the time working on my graduate degree. It's been now... was this about 20? Oh my God, almost 20 years since I graduated. Again, not counting graduate school years, but just from bachelor's degree. So I've been in the game that I'm playing for a little while, and I've certainly done a variety of different things over the course of that 20 years. But, certainly already provide a lot of value in the things that I'm doing for my day job. Again, I have no complaints about like how I'm being compensated and those things. Obviously got great benefits, got a good 9-to-5 sort of gig. And I forget where this came up, but somebody in some podcast or something was just talking about that. Oh, I do know. It was CoffeeZilla, he's a YouTube dude who likes to kind of talk about the whole wantrapreneur sort of field, and a lot of people who are making money in this space are really just pitching products to people like myself who are looking to maybe get out of their job or looking to make some extra money on the side. And so they want information. And so you got all these people pitching products or services or coaching or courses or whatever tailored to, this type of group of people that think they want to be entrepreneurs. 99% of those people are going to fail and never achieve any of the outcomes that they desire. But nevertheless, the guys that are selling the courses and all the tools and things, them telling you really have to have this to try to start your business. Of course, they're making out like crazy, in terms of the amount of income that they're generating from those services. And, I think CoffeeZilla's perspective is that's a little bit, predatory, I guess, in terms of, trying to sell this vision of like, hey, anybody can achieve this big dream of what it means to be an entrepreneur. Anybody can do this thing, in the online space. It's super easy. You don't have to, hire a bunch of employees. You don't have to have a bunch of products sitting on shelves. You don't have to, rent out a storefront and all that. You can just do everything online, become the entrepreneur you want to be, start up your own business, work for yourself, make millions of dollars doing so, right? But again, the facts are that's, again, for 99% of people that ever start any sort of small business entrepreneurship type of game, they will fail and they will make very little, if any, money doing what they're doing. But again, that's not to stop people pitching their services to say, hey, let me help you who have no experience. Let me just show you because I'm successful at what I'm doing. And so I'm here to help you, right? So I get where he's coming from, and I don't necessarily disagree entirely with some of his premise of his arguments. I mean, I would just say that, for every 9 out of 10 people that will just kind of try to dabble in this and, claim that they're trying to start their own thing, 9 out of 10 people just aren't really going to want to put in the effort that's needed. But that's not to say that maybe the 1 out of 10 person that goes through a course or a coaching program or some mastermind or whatever, that they won't be successful, because that will be the person who will apply the concepts and the principles of whatever the person's teaching, and they will make a way and they'll find success in what they're doing. So who's to say that, again, if people were not out there providing their expertise to this community, if that would limit the amount of people that can get through and can have success? I mean, I don't know. I've certainly paid for various programs and courses and whatever, and certainly regret at least some of those costs and wish I had not purchased certain things along the way. But, some of them have been valuable. Frankly, yes, I've gotten probably more out of free or relatively low-cost things, just like reading books and listening to podcasts and watching YouTube videos, again, of people that are doing this. I mean, there's just so much you can get out of that if you really take the time to digest what those people are saying and figure out how do you best apply that to again, matching it with what you want to do personally based on your own expertise, your experiences with what kind of the business model maybe that somebody is trying to teach you. So anyway, but again, back day 100, we're here. I'm given the fact that I'm potentially going through this transition, or at least exploring a transition in my day job. Frankly, I've just been a bit distracted in terms of having a lot of focus on the business side of things. If I were to make this transition to a new job, frankly, I would probably just kind of have to set this aside at least for some time, just because it's going to be a new job. It's going to have new demands on my time, and something that's probably going to just keep me very busy with any downtime that I have, amongst, again, taking care of my day-to-day responsibilities and hanging out with the family and whatnot. So I might have to put the business to the side for a minute. I'm not sure. Just going to have to play that by ear and see how things actually work out. Maybe I won't get an offer. It'll be very easy. I'm just going to stick doing what I'm doing, basically do the minimum amount of work required to keep getting a paycheck, while, again, still trying to build up this online thing, again, with hopes that this will eventually be able to replace my day job income. So all that being said, I did want to highlight that I used to have more of a dynamic lifestyle, I guess, if you could say that. I used to do more work as a musician on the side. Never did it like full time or anything, but it was something I did through school and carried over into college. Doing the whole rock band type thing, playing in clubs, bars, wherever would take us, bookshops, coffee shops, etc. And had a lot of fun doing that. Just had a lot of good experiences, I would say, overall through that process. And even up until relatively recently, probably pre-COVID time frame, I was still involved, like 2019, still playing a few gigs here and there with a couple of different groups in the previous city I lived in. But then, around the time COVID kind of hit, the band I was in was sort of, taking a break of sorts. And then at that time, I was going through time of transitioning jobs and then physically moving geographically. So, that all got sort of pushed to the back burner, of course. I do have the old drum kit here still put up in cases, as you see behind me. I'm a drummer primarily by training, and that's the focus of bands I've been in the past. I've picked up guitar and a few other little instruments here and there, just for fun, just for, again, a little side hobby. But in any case, I somehow came across this company, I think it's called Legacy Box, which you can send all of your old like cassettes or video VHS tapes if you want to get them digitized, which I'm a big fan of trying to like not have as minimal like physical crap in my possession as possible. I like to just keep everything digital. I obviously am diligent about backing things up on multiple platforms, so I don't really have any worries about like losing my digital records, and so I just prefer not to have physical paper records, books, like as minimal as possible, I guess. And I had a handful of like old VHS tapes back from college / early after college sort of days of, again, gigs I had done. And I just figured, hey, I should just get these digitized just so I can, still have the record, but not have to keep lugging these freaking VHS tapes around, which I've been doing for the past, 20 years or something. And they also do, if you want to digitize old photographs that you just have a print of. So that's how we did it in the old days. You had a camera with actual film in it, and you would go get it processed, and you'd get physical prints back. So anyway, I sent them just a bunch of stuff that I had in terms of VHS and photographs, and then I just got the digital, USB drive with all the digital files on it today. So I was just, going through going down memory lane a little bit, and I thought, since I think I figured out this process of how I can show you something on my computer so you can also hear the audio while I can also talk through the microphone, and that should pick up. I think I figured that out through this OBS Studio platform, so let's see if I can do this. I also have this nifty Stream Deck button thing here, so I can automatically flip back and forth between the two views. So I think that's worked now. So in any case, here we're looking at one of my videos, one of my gigs that I'd done actually performing at a Houston Rockets halftime show. Houston Rockets, this is freaking professional basketball we're talking about here. And my band somehow scored a gig to play a halftime show. It was only one song, just real, 3.5 minutes or whatever, and then get the hell off the court. But pretty cool having to go through that whole experience and getting to see a little behind the scenes of a basketball, major basketball arena and all that fun stuff. So I'll give you a little taste of the type of music we did. I'll show you also how skinny I used to be back in my younger days. This was, City of Refuge was the band name. Oh, I will also have to mention this again was in a giant stadium, so the echo was like freaking crazy. Like you hear double hits of everything because, sounds bouncing around this giant stadium, which was pretty annoying when we were actually playing there because, as you might notice, there's no real monitors or anything that we had there to go off of. It was mostly just we obviously had rehearsed, dozens of times, played lots of gigs before this, so we knew the song inside and out, and just have to go with the song and go with what we know and pray to God that it all turned out right. So it does sound a little bit weird, but whatever, you get it. Four-man crew there. There's me in the back on the drums, super skinny. Oh man, there was some weight. Hear the boom, ka-ta, boom, ka-ta, boom, ka-ta, boom, ka-ta. It's crazy. My old buddies from Houston. I haven't talked with them in a minute. It's now I'm old, fat, and relocated. Look, see people having fun in the background, so I guess we did our part. Hey, there I am. Good-looking drummer dude. Damn, that was freaking young as hell. Anyway, so that was one of my bands from back in the day. Other gig I had was I think the first one up here on this video is Astroworld.
Astroworld? Astro Boys and Astro.
So funny. Astroworld no longer exists. Has literally been bulldozed off the face of the planet, but used to be a big Six Flags amusement park down in Houston. And again, I don't remember any of the details of what this deal was, but it was again they had multiple stages around the park, and this was some thing, local band day or whatever. I don't know, that they had random local bands come in and play for, I don't know what it was, 20, 30 minutes to the nobody that would actually stand there and watch it. You see random people kind of floating in and out, but
Girls, we are lifter.
we're a lifter. Three-man crew, nice bass guitar, drums, keeping it simple, keeping it clean. And sorry, the audio kind of completely sucks ass on these videos because it's old VHS, but anyway, gives you a little flavor of my days and my youth and all that good stuff. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with somebody out there that might be listening. Should probably put these up somewhere I can share with my old buddies to see if they remember those days. Good fun times. But in any case, that's where I'm at today. Frankly, I've just, again, have been dropping off on these videos. I didn't do one yesterday. Just got late and tired and losing a little bit of motivation, to be quite honest. But I'm trying to keep at it because, again, I know that even though I haven't accomplished a ton in the 100 days that I've been really trying to work on this, it's only 100 days. It's 3 months, 3.5 months or whatever. If I am to continue on this path for a longer time horizon, then I know that by keeping on this path, sure, taking time to figure out what I really want to be doing, how I should be setting that up over a 3-year, 5-year, 10-year time horizon, there's no reason to think that I won't have been able to figure it out again if I just stick with it. So what I'm trying to do might shift more to a focus of just trying to do a little bit more, I guess, research. I mean, reading, and there's a couple books that I purchased that I did want to go through that are a little bit more on just kind of the human psychology of business and sales, and trying to learn a little bit more, which again, I'm trying to find things that kind of have applicability both trying to start up an online business, but also can be useful in my day job and the things that I'm doing there. Because in my day job, I mean, I don't do sales per se, but I am in a kind of customer relationship building type of role overall. So, I mean, same principles kind of apply in terms of if you're trying to sell somebody on a physical product you want them to pay you money for, or you're just trying to sell somebody on a new idea that you want them to support in terms of whatever, accepting the ideas that you have to provide to them, I guess. I don't know. Shift a little bit back there, just kind of take a little bit of a break in terms of trying to build any websites or funnels or lead pages or whatever, just because I'm kind of burnt out a little bit on trying to come up with those and thinking about what is the right content and things that I should be doing. Again, given the fact that I'm not entirely sure what I should be focused on. And I don't just want to spin my wheels, endlessly and just kind of trying to come up with some plan of, spin my wheels endlessly, coming up with content that ultimately is not really going to benefit whatever core business that I want to end up building. So anyway, with that, hope you're all doing well. Keep on kicking ass, taking names, and I'll see you next time. Peace.